Stop manipulating your specific person in the 3D. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel. This is Priya, your manifestation coach. And in this video, I'm going to share with you why attempting to manipulate your specific person in the 3D in order to manifest the version of them that you want is actually blocking your manifestation. But first, if you would like to get coached by me, I offer an online course, Manifest Your SP Mastery. This is where I show you step by step exactly how to manifest the version of your specific person that you desire. I also offer monthly membership group coaching. This is where you can get live coaching with me on a weekly basis to really stay on top of your manifestation game. And finally, I also offer one-on-one coaching that also includes text or voice note membership. You can get access to any of these offerings by simply clicking the link below in the description box. Okay, let's get back to this video. Stop manipulating your specific person in the 3D as an attempt to manifest the version of them that you desire. Now, the reason why I made this video is because I've been seeing a common theme lately with some of my clients where they will be performing in the 3D in order to try and get their specific person to be the version of them that they want. So let's say, for example, maybe you desire a committed relationship with your specific person. And so in the 3D, what you're doing is you're starting to perform for your specific person in order to get them to commit to you. So for example, maybe you're in a situationship with your specific person right now, but you want commitment. And it really upsets you that you're sleeping with them, and every time you sleep with them, you feel really shit. But you are still doing it anyway because you think, well, that's the only way I'm going to get them to commit. Hate to break it to you, but this is a form of manipulation, right? Where you're trying to manipulate your specific person in the 3D. And most people are unconscious that they're doing this. But anytime you're trying to perform in order to get your specific person to like you, you're trying to manipulate the 3D, meaning you are operating as the identity that is not in a committed, loving relationship with your specific person. You're operating from the energy of lack. Because if you are operating as a version of you that was like, me and my specific person, a happy, committed relationship, I'm always chosen, I'm always prioritized, you would not be trying to do anything in the 3D in order to get your specific person to commit to you. Right? That is a form of manipulation. And it really stems from having a self-concept that says, I'm not worthy, good enough, and lovable. And that's why you overperform in the 3D, because you think that's going to get you what you want. But all it does is it repels what you want. Because remember, your 3D will always reflect back to you who you are being. Who you are being. Meaning, what is your identity? Are you operating from the identity of me and my specific person, a happy, committed relationship? I'm the prize. I'm always lovable and good enough? Or are you operating from, I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, SP doesn't want me, SP's not ready for commitment. And so you overperform in the 3D. That's manipulation, right? Another example of this could be maybe you are somebody who is constantly trying to help your specific person in order to get them to see your value. You're trying to save them. You're trying to help them with their work or help them with their finances because you hope that they will see the value in you. You hope that they will realize that, hey, look at me, I'm such a catch. I'm helping you with all these things. So again, you're overperforming. Something else that I've seen a lot of recently is people trying to like put on being like feminine, because there's a lot of shit on the internet about apparently like how to play games and how to get them to chase you. And what you have to do is you got to pull back, not reply after 5 days. All these fucking like rules. They're just manipulation, lack, operating from an identity that does not have. You're operating from the version of you that is not in a loving, committed relationship with your specific person. And so that is what will be reflected back to you. So games is a form of manipulation, right? When you're trying to kind of like put on this feminine energy thing of, oh, look at me, I'm so sweet, because you watch some YouTube video about like this, how to be in your feminine and how to like seduce them and how to get them. It's all a form of manipulation. And the only thing that you will attract is things that is a match to manipulation. If you're operating from authenticity, meaning you fucking know your God of your reality, you know you're lovable and good enough, and you understand you don't have to do shit to prove your worth and your value because you know you're already worthy, your mere existence makes you worthy, fucking period, and that you're God of your reality, you're not going to be performing. You're just going to be your authentic self, literally sitting on your throne being like, yeah, everything comes to me. That's true being in God's state. That's being in everything comes to me. I don't have to lift a finger. I don't need to manipulate, perform, do any of this shit. I just be the person who is already in a loving, committed relationship with SP, who is lovable and good enough, and I'm the prize, right? You're being it, so you're not overperforming, you're not being fake. There is an energy to this, right? When you're so authentic with yourself, that is when it will be reflected back to you. So At that point, you are operating as the identity of, oh, I'm in a loving, committed relationship with my specific person. My specific person loves me. You're operating from this specific state of being, and that's when you'll manifest a version of them that wants to be in a committed relationship with you. Alternatively, if you are operating from the version of you that doesn't think you're good enough or lovable and thinks that specific person is not ready for commitment, or whatever story it is that you have about them, and so in the 3D you're trying to perform, you're pretending to be somebody that you're not, this is a big indicator that you are in the state of lack. You are operating from an identity that says, I do not have. Because if you already had it, you would not be performing. You would not need to manipulate anything in the 3D. So manipulation comes from a place of, I'm not the version of me that already has this, so I need to manipulate and do things in the 3D to try and get it, which will always fail, because remember, you can only manifest who you are being. It should really be called the law of being, right? So if you in your consciousness are like, I don't have, and so therefore I have to perform in some shape or form, you are blocking your manifestation. And this is something that is unconscious for a lot of people. Some people actually know what they're doing and they're very manipulative. If you're in that energy of like manipulation, whether consciously or unconsciously, you are going to get that reflected back to you in your 3D. You are not going to get the dream relationship that you want or the commitment that you want, because you are operating it as the identity of, I don't have. I am not the version of me that's in a loving, committed relationship. I'm the version of me that doesn't feel lovable and good enough. And that's why I'm trying to perform in the 3D to try and fix it in the 3D, right? Which is not how manifestation works. So you really just want to be really honest with yourself and ask yourself, am I trying to perform in the 3D? Am I trying to prove my value and my worth to my SP? And if you are, you want to take a step back and honestly focus on your self-concept. First, build yourself back up where you know you're lovable, you know you're good enough exactly the way that you are, and you know that you're God of your reality. So first start there with that foundation, like affirmations to do with self-concept. I am God of my reality. I always get what I want. I am lovable no matter what. I am good enough no matter what. Build yourself up so that you begin to feel your value and worth. And then from there, you can begin to affirm for your specific person. Go to the end. Me and my specific person are in a happy, committed relationship. We have the best relationship ever. They always treat me like a queen. I am so lovable. I am good enough. I am the prize. I always get what I want. Then you can begin to affirm like from your end. And that's all you have to do, right? Remember that you're the source of everything. So you don't need to do anything out there. You just need to go within and be the source. Be the version of you that already has it. Claim it. That's all you have to do. Begin to affirm, this is who I am. Begin to think from your desired reality. Give it to yourself from within. And when this becomes your dominant state, your subconscious mind will prove this to you in your 3D reality. This is when you'll manifest a version of your specific person that loves you, that adores you, that's committed to you, that wants to marry you, or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. When it comes to your specific person, the version of them you're trying to manifest, you will manifest that without having to be fake in the 3D or without having to manipulate in the 3D. All you have to do is go within and be the version of you that has it. And remember that you are the source of everything. You are God of your reality. So if you're operating as the version of you that doesn't have, that's coming from a place of lack, meaning, you know, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, SP's not ready for commitment, so now in the 3D I've got to do whatever I can to try and manipulate the situation, you are only repelling your manifestation. That's thinking you are repelling your manifestation, right? Because it's the law of being. Your 3D reality can only reflect who you are being, and who you are being is, I don't have. I am not in a committed relationship with my SP. So no matter what you do in the 3D, it's not going to change how they think and feel about you, because you're operating from the identity of I don't have. So it's a waste of time. Instead, you want to take your power back, go within and remind yourself that you're God of your reality, that you are lovable, that you are good enough, that SP and you in a happy, loving, committed relationship. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is change your thought patterns, begin to think as a version of you that already has your specific person, that's in a loving, committed relationship with your specific person. Saturate your mind with that. And when that becomes a dominant thought that you are thinking, when that becomes your dominant state, your subconscious mind will produce proof of this to you in your 3D reality. This is when your SP will come to you and tell you that they love you, that they want to be with you, that they'll do anything for you. This is when they will commit to you. It all starts with you changing your state of consciousness. You must become the version of you that already has it. And you can do this through affirmations. Affirmations are a great way to think from your desired state, because remember, affirmations are just the thoughts that you are thinking. You're always thinking anyway. So you might as well be thinking from your desired state. You can also use visualization to do this, by the way, where you have a visualization session. that implies your end. Like, what would you and your specific person be doing if you were in a happy, loving, committed relationship? And you can absolutely visualize that scene. But outside of the visualization session, you want to absolutely make sure that you're keeping a clean mental diet, meaning when your specific person comes to mind, the only way that you are thinking about them is from the desired state, meaning keep thinking, me and SP are happily married or in a happy, committed relationship. I'm the love of their life. We have the best relationship ever. That is the way that you want to begin to describe your specific person. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is convince yourself in your consciousness, change your state of consciousness and begin to identify it as a version of you that already has it, and everything will fall into your lap. Everything will come to you. Your SP will come to you. And you will know when you've achieved this because you will automatically just be yourself in the 3D. You'll be your authentic self. It won't be something you're thinking about. You're just going to be yourself. You're not going to be afraid of, am I saying the wrong thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? None of that will matter because you're already the version of you that already has it. So you're just going to be your authentic self when you're interacting with your specific person. And if you're not being your authentic self when you're interacting with your specific person, this is a tell that you're trying to manipulate the 3D, which means that you need to go back within and focus on your self-concept and your stories about SP. It means you're focused on the wrong thing. If you're trying to perform in the 3D, if you're not being your authentic self in the 3D, you are blocking your manifestation. So you absolutely want to break that habit right now, make a different choice to go back into your inner world and remind yourself all you have to do is change your state of consciousness from within. And that is how you'll manifest the version of your specific person that you desire. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening. Mwah.